Good morning and welcome to my stitching channel and the start of my project for volume number 3 of Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Down the Garden Path. I will be doing my layout on an accordion layout of fabric instead of on a spool, and I'm looking forward to learning lots of flower stitching which I've never done before. I found myself an old pillowcase which I've torn into the right size width, and I've got 2 strips which I will join together, and then my prompts will just have to fit within the length of the fabric that creates. I have started laying out my cover section for this, and I didn't film that process because usually I'll lay something out, don't like how it looks, will go away, sleep on it, come back the next day, try something completely different, and that would just be tedious and boring. But I did start to lay something out and I actually liked what I'd done, which surprised me. That doesn't usually happen. I recently picked up a stash of quilters scraps from my local op shop for I think $2. They're all in the tones of green and I was just so excited about that. The fabrics are lovely and I've pinned those out and I like what I've done. I've also printed on fabric a frontispiece, an image I found, and then I put the text on and I'll embroider that down onto this background, probably using some pinks and purples for the flowers. But I looked at that and thought, yeah, it looks pretty, but it's a bit bland, so it needed some contrast. So I cut a few little pieces of a darker olive green, which I'll just lay down and use that more neatly than that as a bit of a pop of contrast, and I think it does make a huge difference actually. I'll pop another one down here because there's a few little gaps where the fabric doesn't meet, so that will solve that problem and add the desired need of an added bit of dark colour, and I'll pop that in somehow, somehow like that there. Sew all the base down and then embroider my cover piece on top. So I'm looking forward to getting started on that. On the inside for my garden path, I've already marked out, I've creased the fabric and marked out where the pages will fold, just for planning purposes when I'm planning each prompt. And along the bottom, I also picked up in a different stash a tablecloth that has this lovely border on it, which I thought I might run along the length of my project, and this can be my garden path. So I'm just working now on what I'll pin for my background here, and once that's all done I'll come back and show you the next section. So thanks for visiting with me again.